What is going on? Another edition after a brief hiatus because I got married. It is a Locker Talk Live, June 7th, 2021. I'm Wac, that's Scotty T, and we've had some championship games happen this past weekend. We're going to have a few more this coming weekend, but before we talk about all that, as always, I got to bring in my man, Scotty T. Scotty, how you doing today?
I'm good, Wac. I'm good. It is Monday afternoon, officially just after the hour on this Monday, June 7th. Beautiful day here in Houston, Texas. Hopefully everything is going well where you're at. That's right. There's a lot to talk about. First off, congratulations on the wedding. How did everything go?
You know, not too bad. So I know I had said on the last show that there was a chance of rain. Did end up raining, so we had to do the wedding inside. Although the rain had kind of started throughout the day, so it was really just wet out when we were getting married. So by the time the reception happened, we actually got to dance outside and all that. So it was kind of half and half. So, you know, I can't complain about that. Nothing happened bad on the bride's side. The one funny story is my best man actually had the wrong pants. So we were all getting changed for our pictures before the wedding, and we're all sitting here in blue pants. And then he just walks in. He's got black pants on, and we're like, "Hey, man, what's this?" And he was like, "Wow, I thought these were the pants." And so, luckily, we were able to call the Men's Warehouse where I got my suit, got it all figured out, got them replaced before the wedding. Shout out to the Men's Warehouse at Lakeline Mall in Austin, Texas, for getting me hooked up in such a. It was like less than 2 hours too. So I sent my dad down there. He was close by. So luckily, it all worked out, man, and it was a great time. And then we went to Fredericksburg for the honeymoon and some good eats there. Great time overall, and great to be married.
There's always that one guy in the wedding party who just doesn't get the memo. And to be honest, most of the time it's me. My wife gives me a hard time about that. And so I'm like, really got to double, triple check, because there have been a few times where I'm like, oh no, like I colossally messed up. So I'm glad it worked out though, as you touched on. Most importantly, as long as everything went well for the bride's perspective, that is all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, and so couldn't have had a better time. And then, like I said, the honeymoon was great as well. But that's enough about personal lives, of course. Before we, I say that, but Scotty, how's your last couple of weeks been?
Last couple of weeks has been good, man. We are busy here at Vype. A lot to talk about. We got UIL softball, UIL baseball. There's also just a lot going on in the sports world, which we're going to touch on this episode. NBA playoffs are going down. You got, as well, which I don't want to spoil my one good thing, but United States soccer beating Mexico, pretty big win. There's a lot to break down on that game too. I'm not a hashtag soccer guy, but I was definitely pulling for Team USA last night, so that was a good win for the Americans.
Sounds like our one good thing might be very similar this week, but we'll talk about the one good thing. Let's start before we jump into Texas high school sports. We always, this show, we like to do things a little different, talk a little bit of pros and college, and let's start with the NBA playoffs. Reigning champs, Lakers gone, got eliminated by the Suns since we've been gone, and an interesting thing about this is, we're going to have a new champion, for the first time since like 2011. Everyone, well, now I think it's longer because the Mavs, up until that point yesterday, had won a championship in 2011. But other than that, it's been a while for everyone else. So we're going to have a champion this year that hasn't won a championship in quite some time. Well, give me your thoughts on the NBA playoffs so far, Scott.
First time since 2010 that LeBron James or Steph Curry has not played in the NBA Finals. What was going on in 2010? I don't even know. I was in high school back then, man. Like, that is such a long time ago. A lot has changed, but also that just kind of shows the dominance of the star players in the NBA. LeBron James, obviously, look, his greatness doesn't need to be questioned. Same with Steph Curry, man. In my opinion, the best sharpshooter ever. And so, but also I think it's a changing of the guard. You still have your studs out there, your superstars. You still got your KDs, your Kyries, guys who won championships before. But also, you got your young studs like Ja Morant Devin Booker. Like, it's almost time for the next generation of NBA stars to come up. So pretty exciting. You touched on the Mavericks, Luka Doncic and the Mavs taking the Clippers down to the wire, which I saw an article that was like the Clippers finally released some of the demons or whatnot. I'm like, they won the first round of the playoffs. They got PG-13. They got Kawhi Leonard. Like, those guys should be competing for championships. Don't write that crap on the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, make the Western Conference Finals. That's releasing because the Clippers have never made the Western Conference Finals. So do that first, then you can start saying you've conquered some demons. But I mean, is Clippers Nets? Is that the proverbial finals favorite if you were a betting man right now?
If I was a betting man, I probably would say that. I mean, you got Brooklyn, who won Game 1 against Milwaukee. Milwaukee, though, it's hard to bet against the Greek Freak, man. Giannis he's tough, man. But the Nets, I think a lot of it is going to depend on James Harden. If James Harden actually is healthy, if his hamstring holds up. Because KD, man, he is so good. Kyrie, we know what he's capable of. So I think it's more if they can keep straight mentally and if they can get James Harden back on the court, which it's still weird for me to see as a Houston Rockets fan, seeing James Harden in a different jersey. I don't like it. And the Rockets are in kind of disarray at the moment, but I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But, yeah, probably Nets and who'd you say? Wait, who's in these? Oh, that's the finals, right? That's who you're thinking of?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As far as finals goes, Nets and Clippers would be the proverbial favorite, if you were a betting man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the NBA, though, you got to hope that the Nets make it. It's a big name they got big players, big name, in a big market as well. Looking at the Western Conference, though, you got the Suns and the Nuggets, and then you got the Clippers and the Jazz. So really, you want the LA and New York thing to go for because, look, let's be real. Like Phoenix, that's not going to move the needle in the ratings. And it was funny. I was playing golf yesterday, and my friend was like, "So is Chris Paul good again?" Dude, you put him on any team, they just automatically make you better. So
it will be interesting to see what happens. I think obviously you a lot of people want the bigger names, but I'm all about just seeing new. I'm a Spurs fan, so I'm not a big market. Well, I am for the Cowboys, but I'm not a big market team kind of guy when it comes to basketball. So I don't mind seeing these teams win it all. You like to see the teams.
Also,
go ahead.
How about the Hawks being the 76ers?
Man,
last night.
Trae Young's becoming the villain of the NBA, and I'm here for it, man. That kid is balling right now.
He's so good. Like, almost Steph Curry-esque. Like, you kind of get glimpses of Steph Curry just because that guy can score from anywhere. And also, going back to the Rockets, it's kind of weird seeing Clint Capella in a Hawks jersey, especially since the colors look kind of similar. I'm like, oh, man, that kind of stinks. But you got Game 2 of the night, Nets and the Bucks, and then Game 1 of the Nuggets and the Suns. Nuggets and the Suns is going to be really good. I mean, I think the Nuggets were the number – I don't know. They weren't the number 1 seed. I forgot who the number 1 seed was in the Western Conference. But NBA playoffs are rolling along, man. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out of the West and the East. But if you're the NBA, you got to be hoping for the Clippers and the Nets.
Number 1 is Utah, and then number 2 is Denver, if I'm not mistaken. So,
okay.
So I mean, honestly, the any 4 of the teams in the West can take it, in my opinion. But that's enough basketball talk for now. Let's move on. You got any other non-high school related sports you want to talk about? I say we save the men's soccer talk until our one good thing because it sounds like both of us are going to have a similar one good thing. So let's save that talk for then. You got any more non-high school sports talk you want to talk about?
Nothing really comes to mind. Oh, man, I felt bad for John Rahm yesterday. John Rahm is leading the Memorial Jacks tournament. It's a pretty big tournament outside of a major. It's a big tournament in the golf world. He has a 6-shot lead going into Sunday, playing some incredible golf, and is forced to withdraw because he tested positive for COVID-19. I just felt really bad for John Rahm because he was probably going to win for a guy who's that good, and then if his career continues, he's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame. And having a win like that just always helps your case. And so that just really stinks, and I really feel bad for John Rahm. And his response was very classy. And so, yeah, I just felt bad for John Rahm. That was really about it, all that I saw.
Yeah, and I mean, how you gonna tell him like when you know he's live on air like that? Like he's a few feet away from the clubhouse. Just tell him after. That was. I mean, you didn't. No one knew what he was being told. You think okay, it's someone he know, like some kind of death in the family. Maybe he's getting told. But like just his reaction, you think, oh man, this is bad. Whatever it is, it's like just wait till he gets to the clubhouse and tell him. So yeah, but I agree with you there. One shout out for me. Go ahead.
Not the time or place, man. Not the time or place. Like that is right off the 18 green. Apparently they found out on hole like 10 or 11, and they still let him finish out the round. Like that's just weird. Why didn't you just pull him off the course immediately? If you're gonna force him to withdraw, like have him, pull him off the course immediately, but then letting him finish the round like that, then not doing it in a private secluded place. Ugh, I just felt so bad for Rahm.
Yeah, completely agree with you there. One thing for me, I mean, it's not settled yet, but James Madison upsetting number one Oklahoma in the softball tournament. Now, Oklahoma obviously worked its way back, and then they won yesterday. So there's the deciding game to go to the World Series happening today in about 3 hours or so. But this is the fact that they upset them in the first place and have a chance to do it again. And I think Oklahoma only won by like a run or two yesterday to, force that deciding game. So shout out to them. My Texas baseball team moved on pretty convincingly. Did Baylor? I don't know, Scott. Did Baylor make it? I don't know how. I don't know how good. I don't know how good Baylor baseball is. So,
nah, you could say we got snubbed.
There you go.
Also, for those who are watching right now, leave some comments in the comment section, and we'll answer some of your questions, or maybe if we missed anything, comment in there, and we'll respond back to those.
Sweet, yeah. And let's move on to high school now. Do you want to do what's happened or what's going to happen first?
Let's recap what happened this last weekend. UIL state championships going on. And remember, a lot of these teams didn't get to play last year. And really, I think they ended the season on a 37-game winning streak. That is outrageous. That team was so good. And so big shouts to Barbers Hill from the east side of Houston, bringing home the state championship for the 5A level. And then for 6A, Deer Park coming away with the 6A championship. They played a really good Converse-Judson team. I mean, Judson has been one of those teams that we've had an eye on, Josh, for a long time. If I'm not mistaken, they've been number one in our rankings for a long time, 1, 2, somewhere around there. And so not really surprising to see Judson and Deer Park in the finals. Deer Park beat a really good Flower Mound team in the semis. And then Deer Park comes away, finally breaking that 0-0 tie in the sixth inning, winning 1-0. Big shouts to everybody there.
Yeah, and real quick, we had some internet issues on my end, so you may have seen some buffering going on if you're watching live, but everything should be good to go right now. Make a little note of that for those that might be thinking what's going on. So just so you guys know, but we are back, and so definitely, that was a good game for the Deer Park one over Judson 1-0. Definitely a pitcher's duel there, and man. You got to feel bad in those kind of situations. I would think Judson actually, basically left like 5 or 6 people or people on base the last 2 innings. So the chances were there, just couldn't pull it out, and good for Deer Park. I was trying to mess with that internet stuff, so I didn't hear everything you said. But Houston with kind of a clean sweep in the 4A through 6A region. Dodge City, a 1A school, they won for 1A. But an interesting factor on this one, they also won the UIL basketball championship. So UIL girls and basketball and softball, so double champions right there. But yeah, I think you really saw Barbers Hill. That was kind of the team to watch, in my opinion. They kind of had that little run. Their pitcher has a little bit of swagger to her, if you will. And she was definitely fun to watch on that against Alito, winning 4-1.
Big shouts to everybody who really made the season happen. Been an interesting year for everybody. And so the softball champions have been crowned. How about this? The Deer Park Deer. There's a mascot for you. I don't know if that's in your that mascot.
So believe it or not, I almost put them. So the week after we had the white deer or whatever it was called. Remember that one, the one, and you guessed it right. I almost put them in because I wanted to see if I could get you on that. So there's a little trivia for you there. And good job for UIL. I don't know the whole situation, but I know they had to move the games from the McCombs field at UT to Georgetown's field. Not too sure on the reasoning, but good job by everyone moving with all the moving parts. Getting through some of the rain. There were some rain delays because.
Yeah, it's been all weather related, man. The weather is just, and really across the state of Texas for the last 3 weeks, it's been raining nonstop. So we can recap a little bit too, some baseball. But like I know here in Houston, Strake Jesuit, they were playing Jersey Village. Their games kept moving around, and I kept texting Will Turboff, who's our Vype ambassador, on the ground. He's doing a great job covering Strake Jesuit on this run to state, but. They've been battling the weather, so I think that's why they kept moving some of the games around for softball. And, yeah, I mean, to your point, so the pitcher for I just had her name. I messed up on that. But, yeah, Sophia Simpson wins the 5A MVP, 14 Ks in the championship game for Barbers Hill, man. That is awesome. She's signed with Texas, so she kind of got – so she won the state championship where she's going to be playing softball for the next 4 years. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, definitely. And I know she talked a little bit about that to Josh. Josh, not me, Josh, the other Josh. So definitely check that. I think it's on it's either his or Vype Houston's Twitter. I know he asked that question. Or I know she was asked that question by someone. Definitely go check that out. But let's move to baseball. You talked about Strake Jesuit, and funny story about Strake Jesuit is they got a little kind of I don't know, I wouldn't call it a brand deal, but you got definitely a brand rooting for them. They have this. I don't know the whole story. We should probably have Will on to talk about it a little bit. And but Velveeta, they had this Velveeta thing that they do, that the Velveeta Cup or whatever. That it's kind of their, I guess, superstitious thing, and it's been working. And Velveeta's kind of been following the action. Will Turboff, our Vype ambassador, one of our Vype ambassador in Houston, amazing ambassador. He's been tweeting with them and back and forth. It's been great to see. And I guess a fun fact is through this playoff run, the only time they've lost is when an official actually touched their Velveeta Cup. So they're trying not to let anyone touch it. Maybe that will be their key to victory, Scott.
So, Josh Cook tweeted this out. So apparently Strake Jesuit Baseball has hashtag RallyMac, which is a container of Velveeta mac and cheese in the dugout, and Barbers Hill Softball has a pet turtle that they had in their dugout. Don't tell me baseball and softball players aren't superstitious. That sums it up really well. I really think so. And I see, like, people like me, I think, are a little stitious, not superstitious. But baseball and softball players tend to be very superstitious.
Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it, how superstition, like in the baseball, softball world, it just goes to a whole new level. So it's going to be interesting to see if Strake Jesuit can pull it out. I know Will Turboff is definitely rooting for him. We're trying to get him down here to cover that game since he is also a Strake Jesuit student. So he's definitely excited about that one. Another team that we've. Go ahead, Scotty.
Hey, do you like my Office reference?
Yes,
that's what that was. It's like, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. Shouts to all the Office there. Carry on.
Another team that we've had highly ranked all season long that is in the semis is Smithson Valley. They're taking on Rockwall Heath in one of the 6A semifinals, and they've been pretty consistent at number 2. Reagan was always ahead of them, but Reagan, of course, is not here. Smithson Valley is. So we're definitely rooting for Smithson Valley here in the San Antonio, Austin area, and I think they have a really good shot to make it all the way.
How about Rockwall ISD having Rockwall High School and Rockwall Heath in the Region 2 semis? That's pretty cool. And then Rockwall Heath comes away, so playing Smithson Valley. That'll be a really good game. To be honest, coming out of Region 3, didn't really see Strake Jesuit coming through this. I'm not going to lie here. I mean, we've talked a lot about them. They're having a great especially when it comes to this, you can get hot at the right time. 2 years ago, Ridge Point, they got really hot. I mean, I know our team here, like wasn't as big on Ridgepoint baseball, but then they ended up going all the way to the state finals. So if you can just get hot, if pitching gets on, if the bats, if you've seen the ball good, get hot at the right time, anything's happened. Also, congrats to Jersey Village for a great season, making it to the regional finals. Nobody really saw them coming too. So really cool to see Czech Judgment make it out of Region 3.
Yeah, one name we didn't have in our rankings in the Austin area. Well, we did to start the first rankings we had. They were in our rankings, and then they had a couple of losses that kind of dropped them out, and we never really put them back in. Although they were always kind of right on that fringe. Rouse. So Rouse is in the semis after defeating Dripping Springs in 2 games, and yeah, that we were definitely saying, did we ever have Rouse ranked? And we did to start, but like I said, they kind of fell out, and they were always kind of on that fringe there. But definitely going to have to eat our crow there, if you will, because I guess you could call them the best in Austin, making it all the way to the semis.
One thing that kind of makes me happy working here is when I'm proven wrong. When teams really excel, we mentioned Czech Judge or Jersey Village. Same with Rouse. Look, they were right on the cusp of the rankings literally all season long, to the point where I texted you this morning. I was like, hey, do we even have Rouse in the rankings? And seeing a team like that get hot again and play some really good baseball and beat a really good Dripping Springs team. Dripping Springs was kind of they were, I think, in our rankings constantly, but 7 to 10 range, whatnot. They had also gotten hot at the right time, but hey, congrats to Rouse for making it as far as they did in 5A.
Yeah, and
then
team,
also
go ahead, Scotty.
6A Keller made it to Keller made it out of Region 1. So Keller plays Czech Jesuit, I believe, for the state semis.
Yeah, and one team I'm checking right now, but I'm pretty sure we had them in there. One team we have to also give a shout out to, even though they usually the 1As 2As don't get a lot of love, is Shiner. Shiner is in the semis as well. We always had it consistently ranked near at the top, so they are still in it as well. Cameron Yo just missed out. They lost to, I think, Malakoff, I think it was, in the regional finals. So we were right some, we were wrong some, but overall, I think after the finals we should revisit kind of where we were right and where we were wrong.
I love that. And also 5A Region 3, coming out of Houston, the girls just won the state championship. Barbers Hill Baseball is also headed to the state championship tournament this weekend. So Barbers Hill softball and baseball, they got really good programs down there. Big shouts to them.
Put you on the spot. Is Barbers Hill going to win baseball as well? Will they have that clean sweep?
Oh, are we doing prediction time already? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no for Barbers Hill. I mean, Barbers Hill baseball, though, they beat Friendswood. Friendswood was arguably the #1 team in the country with baseball. So if they can carry that momentum, they're fully capable of winning a state championship. No doubt about it. Any team that's left in this Final Four is capable of winning. But I'm going to say no.
Now, how about this? Do they make it to the finals at least?
Who do they play? Who's the matchup? Is it Rouse?
No, they will be playing Amarillo.
Amarillo is really far from Houston, Texas. So I've not seen Amarillo play. I really don't know much about Amarillo. Man. You know what? I'm going for the hometown team. I'm going Barbers Hill.
All right, so you have them making the final before they lose to either Hawesville or Rouse. So, we'll see what happens.
Actually, hold on. I'm going to say Amarillo beats Barbers Hill. Actually,
Ooh.
I'm looking. Amarillo's got they're 33. I just looked at the record. They're 33-9 on the season. So, Panhandle, sneaky good at athletics in that 5A level. I know they have some really good girls basketball up in the Panhandle too. And so I think their baseball programs are also really solid. So I'm going Amarillo to beat Barbers Hill.
All right. Well, there you have it. So sorry, Houston people watching. Your man Scotty T said you ain't gonna have the clean sweep in the 5A. But speaking of clean sweeps, we're gonna move on. Let's go ahead and just do this right now. We're gonna move on to our next segment, your favorite segment, Scotty. Who's that mascot? Yes, as you know, Scotty, you are on a streak of 1 right, 3 wrong for every show that we've done this so far. But I will say, if there's a week you can go 3 for 3, it's this week. Not saying that they're all easy, but all of these teams are well known enough, I feel like, where but you have the potential to go 3 for 3, right?
Okay.
So you ready for your first one?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. First one, I feel like you should get this one. I feel like you should get the first 2 for sure, potentially. All right. And now we got the 9-second timer, so play around with that as you will, but we got Akins.
Oh, man. I'm going to Aiken Eagles.
Aiken Eagles. That is correct. Aikens Eagles.
Ooh,
starting off strong, 1 for 1. Scotty, this one you should know, and I will tell you why you should know. It's because we have done a live stream with this team in mind. So, with that being said, Lindale played for the state championship for a football this year.
The Lindale Eagles as well.
That is correct. The Lindale Eagles.
Yes.
There you go.
Come on.
2 for 2. 2 for 2. First time you've gotten 2 right doing this game. So we move to the last one. Yeah. Did I try and play around with you and pick another Eagles mascot? That's gonna be for you to decide. Our last one.
Oh no. I was nervous.
San Saba. If I'm not mistaken, a 2A. Always fighting for the title for 2A.
I'm going Eagles.
You're going Eagles. Is he 3 for 3? No! San Saba Armadillos.
You got in my head.
I did, and that was the point. But 2 for 3, a little bit, not a little bit, definitely better than weeks past. Definitely not 0 for 3, so you haven't done that yet. So, but good job there. And now it's time for our last segment of the show. This is one that we've done the last few times, and I really like it. That's one good thing. Now, we talked about this to start the show, and that's that I think both of our one good things are going to be very similar. So, Scotty, I'll let you go first. What's your one good thing of the week?
My one good thing is U.S. soccer. U.S. soccer coming up with the big win over Mexico. So I tuned in a little bit late last night. I probably turned it on about 5 or 6 minutes into the game, and I saw we were already down 1-0. And that's a fairly, if you score a goal in soccer, that's a big deal. So being down 1-0, and after, I think they scored in, the first minute and a half of the game, I was like, oh, gosh, okay. But then we tied it up, but I fell asleep at halftime. So credit, that's not a good look on me. But I read up on this morning, USA Soccer, big win over Mexico. This is the youngest team that the United States has had, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the youngest national team. U.S. soccer, traditionally not very good. The women and the girls side, amazing. World Cup champions, gold medalists, the whole 9 yards. Men, frankly, stink. But we got some young talent. I'm really excited about it. And USA Soccer, they are hashtag trending in the right direction. I'm really excited for USA Soccer. They finally got some stars that make me want to tune in. So USA Soccer is my one good thing.
Yeah, mine's. I'll take a slight tweak on that. And my one good thing is the goalie. Let me pull up his name real quick. Just so
Christian Pulisic. He's my new favorite U.S. soccer player.
Let's see. What was his name?
Christian Pulisic.
Oh no, that's probably the main popular player right there. Yeah. I'm trying to find.
He's the striker who plays for Chelsea.
Let's see. Give me a second here while I find his name. Blah blah blah. I should have had this pulled up sooner.
BT Dubs, there's no way I was going to make it through that game last night. I was way too tired. I was way too late. But USA Soccer, man. What you got on the goalie? I saw he was on SportsCenter this morning.
Yeah, so basically what happened is, Ethan Horvath is his name. So that's his name. So he is not the starting goalie. He is the backup goalie. Starting goalie got hurt. I don't know what his injury was. I was going to look, but we didn't have time before the show started. So it was a non-contact injury for the starting goalie. So you're always scared about that because that usually means ACL, and it was his knee that they were kind of checking out. So hopefully he's okay on there. But he came in, in the second half. And so, I mean, he coming in, not warmed up very much, how that is. Gave up a goal early, and then it came down where, Pulisic got the PK. I'm probably butchering his name, but he got the PK to put USA up. And then, towards the end, a very questionable handball. He did his hand, but the question is, was it intentional? Was his body kind of extended where you call the handball? But the ref had been kind of calling those things close like that all game. When Pulisic got that PK, you kind of know, okay, well, if USA does something kind of nitpicky like that, they're going to get Mexico is going to get the call. They did, and then he blocks the penalty kick. Man, I couldn't I was just so happy for that kid to come in like that and be the hero, and USA ends up winning. And that was, if you did not watch that game, you need to find somewhere to watch that game, because that was an instant classic, 3-2 final, going both overtimes. Just an amazing game. Like you said, Mexico scored in the first minute and a half on an error by, I think it was McKenzie. But just a great grit by the USA team. I'm not ready to say that this is the team that's going to do it yet, because and that kind of seems to happen every year. And then look what happens. They get knocked out in the pool stage. They don't even make the World Cup. So I'm not ready to put that on them yet, but that's a good sign for USA Soccer to be able to fight like that and come back and win against Mexico. So that goalkeeper, what's his name? Horvath. He's my one good thing of the week, coming through in the clutch for USA Soccer.
Also, I have one other good thing that I saw. This was a couple of weeks ago now. This is not because we took a couple of weeks break. There was a few weeks back where the NCAA, because I'm a golf guy, so this is a golf segment. NCAA women's regionals down in Baton Rouge, they canceled the tournament, didn't even let them play. Very upsetting. The guy came down and said, there's been so much rain that the course is playable, but it's not playable at a championship level. So we're not going to – so the top 6 seeds advance already to nationals. And everybody's like, are you kidding me? You just said the course is playable. Let this play. So then Riggs over at Barstool Sports and the Barstool Sports team, they put together their own tournament, the hashtag Let Them Play, and invited all those teams who didn't make it to the national tournament to come in and play one more time in Arizona. And they paid for everything, put them up, lodging, green fees, the whole 9 yards. So that was also a really good thing that I thought that I saw the last couple of weeks, was letting the girls play, especially those seniors playing in their last collegiate tournament probably ever. That was a pretty awesome thing to see. That as a golfer, got me really excited to the hashtag Let Them Play.
Yeah, and even though we say what's one good thing from the past week, my wife texted me while we're doing this show, just right now. It's like, wow, getting married is a good thing, and she's right. So another good thing I'm going to add in there. You put 2, I'm going to do 2. So another good thing for me is getting married. Like we talked about earlier in the show, great time, loved it. Love you. Love you, Samantha.
Black.
I know she's watching right now, so love you out there. And I think that's a good point. That's a good little way to end the show right there, is showing my love to my new missus. That is all for us this week. We'll be back next week with some baseball updates, as state is happening this week. Until then,
the last state championship of the year. Baseball this week.
And then we get ready. Yep, and then we get ready to do it all again next year. So
also, quick announcement: Vype Awards are coming up in a couple weeks. So everybody watching right now, Vype Awards. We're going to be dropping the previews of all the nominees. A Vype Awards show is going to be on Sunday, June 27th.
Until then, I'm Wac. That's Scotty T.
I'm Scott.
This has been Locker Talk Live, our Monday show, June 7th, 2021. See y'all later.